I remember when we realized we had took somebody's life. I remember us driving off laughing, but on the inside it wasn't laughable.
Right.
But we really had no knowledge and no understanding of what we had done because as a kid it's impossible because of your brain development. So you asked me a question earlier. I said, man, around 18 or 19, my brain started developing and I started maturing. Right. That's when I started tapping into the victim empathy side of what was inside of me. Having some guilt and some shame and empathy and remorse for being responsible for taking somebody's life, even though I didn't pull the trigger. Right. At first, I could easily justify, say, man, I ain't pulled the trigger. Right. But after you go through counseling, you understand the part that you played, then you start to accept responsibility for the part you played. Right. So that's why a lot of times you hear me say, we took somebody's life. So in the process of taking accountability, you start developing empathy. And that's where my drive came from. So from 18 to 21, I now
I be watching my shit. He trying to justify that bit with therapy now. I see you, Charles. I see you.
Right. So
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Driving force for me to change and become a different person. But now I'm starting to have an understanding that I've paid my debt to society. Right. But in spirit, I forever owe a debt to this life that we've taken. So that's where my drive came from. So when I got out at the age of 21, I came home a healed and repaired child. All of my childhood issues have been resolved. But when I got out in 1998, our culture reshaped what the juvenile system had done. Cause you gotta think, when I got out in 98, Master P had just dropped Ghetto Dope. Right. Crack like this. And it taught us how to cook crack from step 1 to step 10. Yeah. So when I get out in 1998, the crack era in the dope game is at its highest for our generation. Yeah. Boy, niggas were making money and the music promoted it. Yep. So homie, I came home, enrolled at University of Arkansas in Fayetteville College, got with my cousin who was the BSA president, but they selling weed. Right. We get caught selling weed. I get caught with 10 pounds of marijuana fresh out the boys' home. Right. I take a plea bargain, do 6 months in a prison boot camp. I'm reflecting on what I learned in the juvenile system. And when I got out, homie, that was my desire to turn away from the old ways and move forward. And so that's when I got out that boot camp, homie. My mom.
Good interview so far, though. Good questions.
To abandon the criminal elements of our
letting that boy tell his stories.
So then we gotta go, cause that again, and you became a community activist, and you were really you dedicated your life to helping the youth. But then the Charleston White that we know today, the internet superstar, the big talker, like, where did
Mr. F your baby.
I done been mean online, homie.
It's a
A
Dolomite.
lot of it came from the frustration of being a community activist. So I told you that we had been working on trying to. I became part of this national organization that's called Campaign Fair Sentencing of Youth, and they're based out of Washington, D.C. They're actually a lobbyist firm. And they do a lot of youth advocate and juvenile justice work. So when I became a part of the Campaign Fair Sentencing of Youth, I joined a group that fell under the umbrella that's called Incarcerated Children's Advocacy Network, ICANN. So once I became a part of ICANN, I started meeting other children throughout America who was sentenced to life without parole as children. Wow. Now, I just told you we was being sentenced up to 40 years in Texas. Right. Up until then, homie, I had in 2014, 2012, I had never met anybody who had life without parole as a child. So I never even knew that existed in America. Wow. So once I became part of that, and I'm doing all of this youth advocacy work, homie, I'm speaking at some of the most prestigious universities and colleges in this country. I'm doing trainings for the United States Department of Homeland Security Human Trafficking Division. Wow. So I'm online sharing all this, but I'm not cussing. Right. I don't use the word. I don't smoke weed in front of camera. Right. I was a poster child for what you would want somebody to be to represent this. Right. But I'm also trying to bring awareness that America, Sudan, and North Korea are the only 3 countries on this earth that would take a 12-year-old child and give them life without parole. Right. So I'm trying to bring awareness. And in the process of me trying to bring awareness, you got police shootings just came about. Right. George Zimmerman, Mike Brown. And then probably some months after that, there was a 93-year-old woman house who got shot up in our community on Hattie Street. It made the news. So when I saw this on the news, I reached out to our local gang units because I wanted me and my organization to go over there and help repair a house.
Right.
That's when I came online. So when I went to that 93-year-old woman's house and saw how many bullets these shot through her house, and they shot up the wrong house.
Wow.
They shot up the wrong house. And nobody in the city had any outrage. That's what made me come online and started dissing the gangs. Started saying, you do this. So that's what made me start attacking our culture because I'm working in the community. I'm also now working with the kids who telling me about all these young rappers who talk about killing and they really because I thought most rappers were really studio gangsters. I didn't know they were really killing.
Yeah.
That's how I found about King Von. So I'm starting to find about all these new kids out of Chicago.
Right.
That's where the frustration come from.
But then but you know what I mean? Like if we try to be compassionate to these individuals.
Well, I wasn't trying to be compassionate. I was wanting to be compassionate to the victims.
Gotcha.
I didn't want to be compassionate to the individuals that's causing the ruckus. I wanted to be compassionate to the victims. Remember, my drive comes from my victim.
Right. And so, got you. So then, but that obviously was shocking and alarming to the community. Because like, who is this that's saying all of this wild about, people that we love?
Yeah.
And was fearless with it, which was also like, he talking about real killers and gangsters and still walking around untapped.
Well, I logically explain to people that I'm really not talking about this person. I'm talking about this character who this person, this image of this person. This real person is not like this. So that's what really.
You playing the game. They giving you the facade, brainwashing our youth, and so you attacking the things that's brainwashing.
Confucius said, he who controls images controls minds. And I realized that these images control our minds. So when I went to Nipsey's Hussle funeral.
And you know who controlled everything? The puppet masters. Not you.
Sat among
them.
And I went to the funeral because I wanted to know who he was. Because I had no knowledge of who he was prior to his death.
Right.
People still think he's a bad person when we seeing all this going down in our face. But y'all won't speak on that though. It's quiet. It's hush about that though. Let's do something tomorrow. All y'all talking about for the rest of the year. Why?
But when they began to speak on who he was, who that man is, I put the blunt out. And I walked away from Nipsey's funeral learning who Eramis was.
Eramis was an amazing man.
Was a great man. So I separated the two. I separated the two, and what gave me the wherewithal to separate the two is when Lauren London's son got up and spoke and said, last night, Eramis came to me in a dream, and he was in heaven. I put that blunt out. It's like something hit me. I'm saying, man, how this kid can stand up there and say that? I think he might have been 7 years old at the time.
Right.
How can this kid articulate this to us in front of all these people? He never stumbled. He gave a detailed description and an account about him and Eramis in a dream, and he was in heaven. Homie, man, it changed my life, homie. That funeral changed the spirit of a man, and I was that man.
Wow.
So I came back with something different, with a boldness. And I was a rolling 60.
He man more evil.
Still that juvenile, still scrapping on my own.
Right.
So homie, I wanted to embrace the spirit of Eramis while everybody else was long live Nip.
Right.
And I realized that we still got Nip because we can play his music. His family no longer have Eramis.
Ooh, that's heavy.
We still got Nip, homie. Long live Nip. Them people can't long live Eramis. They miss him. When we miss him, we can play his music. Cause we never really got to know Eramis.
Right.
So I went to the funeral and learned who Eramis was, man. So I walked away with a disdain. Homie, how can man with a disdain for the game? So I wanted to tear down the culture, homie, and rebuild something different. Not knowing if I could or what would happen coming from this. It was just a conviction that I had.
Right. So then now that you're in this place, and now you done jumped in the world of comedy as well, and then now people don't know whether to take you seriously or were you joking, and you got black women mad at you. You got, people don't know what to think of Charleston White because there's a very serious and wise and intellectual side, but then there's also some times where like,
now that side got buried long time ago.
Crazy. How do you balance that?
I've seen a little bit of them on this interview.
That's why I had to develop some form of character.
Right.
Because what started to happen was my internet persona and antics were starting to supersede what I've actually done in real life.
Right.
So in my city, homie, I'm known for over 10 years of working with youth. Throughout the state of Texas, my organization have been highly recommended to all 254 counties by the Texas Juvenile Justice Department. I didn't want the internet to supersede my real life actions, so I had to think of a way to separate Charleston from the internet. And that's when I discovered, okay, you funny.
Yeah.
You might need to do comedy to separate the two.
Right.
And so that's what I did. So I wanted to put Charleston in a category. So I had to create characters around Charleston. Chicken Charlie, Rat Williams. So that's where the internet persona of say any thing.
Right.
Because the internet persona is the internet persona.
Right.
So I didn't know I could get paid from the internet. The persona showed me that.
Right.
At first, I was just a frustrated in the community.
Oh, you explained something to me right here.
Frustration.
Wait, say anything.
So I started
blame it on the carrot.
strategic and tactical, and that's why it started to seem like man, this nigga going overboard. Now I realize I can create a character. This is a stage now.
Got it.
So now you start seeing me do interviews and hold up. I know it's a lot of people say, man, I wouldn't wish jail on my worst enemy. I don't know what kind of person you is. I wish jail on anybody. But I was sure wishing jail on that me Catrell boy, Cantrell. Yeah, I would have pumped
I don't know what type of person you is.
I would have pumped that fat into that. Yeah, they say you can have a transplant. I'm gonna pump them that 6-pack. Yeah, I'm gonna put 12 inches on that. It's a new day in town. I'm the new hip hop police, man. And I'm trying hard to put at least before I die. I'm trying hard before I die, homie, to put at least 100 rappers in jail. And this woman is begging and pleading with Lil Durk. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing. She pleading. Y'all gonna look at me like I'm wrong? I'm willing to die behind this shit here, boy.
$500,000 or dinner with Jay-Z?
Man, give me $500,000. Fuck Jay-Z. I want to remind Soulja Boy, you ain't got no ops, nigga.
Your son is 18, right?
Yeah, that's 18, yeah.
If he wanted to start rapping tomorrow, would you let him?
Man, hell no.
Just one word. Number one, Will Smith. Jada Pinkett Smith.
And I'm just playing online.
Right.
So I started trying to explain, and it wasn't until I done the Cam Newton interview that people really kind of got the aha, because Cam Newton was the first time I actually got really pressed to explain why this, why that.
Right.
Everybody else was looking for clickbait.
Yeah. So then you got a chance to really show the world this is what I'm about.
Yeah.
I mean, I had put you, like I said, my pops put me up on game about you. Like, you're like, nah, he really, because my pops is a community activist. Yeah. And he's like, nah, he really has done some real work in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
And I pride myself, I never took any grant funding. So I never applied for any grant funding with my 501c3. And I never asked black people for their money. So I never went to black people and say, hey, I need y'all to donate to me.
Yeah.
I would say, I'm giving away backpacks on this day.
Right.
And when I give away backpacks, I'm gonna shame the community for not coming up. So I would use shaming tactics. So that's why it seemed like I was so disrespectful. I was using shaming tactics to make black people activate.
Wow.
And it worked.
That's crazy.
Big gang banging, gonna call the police on you. You selling dope down there. You see me giving backpacks away, then start sending money down there. And I'm gonna call the police for real, nigga. Because y'all put in work, I'm putting in work.
Right.
But I'm helping you. Ain't gonna help me.
So that, cause you get a lot of slack for that, for being called a snitch. And
I am a snitch.
Beside of the police.
I'm the neighborhood community watch. You do something in the community. If I find out Ray and them shot up that house, I'm gonna tell on Ray and them, and I'm gonna let everybody know I told.
Cause you doing it for the kids.
You goddamn right.
Man, that's fine. But now all of that is brilliant community work.
Yeah.
But now you in the industry, you in the game. Like what?
So now I've changed my tactics.
Right.
So now my focus is all on comedy.
Right.
So now I'm trying to learn the craft of comedy since I realize and understand I got a gift to be funny in this comedy world.
So what's the craziest you done seen in the game so far? You like the Illuminati trying to get at you. Like what's been wild for you now that you a high class, first class entertainer?
Try not to become overwhelmed with what you perceive to be success and fame.
Cause it can eat you up.
Yeah.
Has it gotten to you?
It has. Yeah, it has.
And you got to remind yourself why you've been doing this.
Yeah.
Cause can you now still go back to Charleston White, the activist, or you?
I do. So what I did was now that I travel doing comedy, every city I go to, I go become a community activist for a day there. Every city I go to.
That's a lot of work, man.
Well, I call paying tithes because I still want to stay in purpose. I don't want to get out of purpose because in my mind that's my protection.
Gotcha.
Once I stop doing what I'm doing, then that's when I lose my protection in my mind. Because most be mad at me until they find out what I really do in real life.
Yeah.
The streets was mad until they find out, oh man, this really work with kids.
Yeah,
so that's my protection. Oh man, it really work with kids. Y'all let it make it.
Yeah, it is.
It's when they don't think you really doing what you say you do and you trying to attack this. So I just became the change that I wanted to see. And it's easier for me now to do the community work because when I walk into high schools now, they send me
know you.
Yeah, so between Say Cheese TV, Aiden Ross, DJ Academics is actually giving me access to our urban youth throughout
See, that's
America.
what I was talking about. I was talking about the Aiden Ross stuff because I heard you talking. They put you in some weird situations.
Yeah. We was over in Red.
It was the only way I was gonna. I had to do it.
Did you spoon him?
No.
Did y'all feet touch?
Yeah. Well, no. Okay. Yes. No.
I went through some weird.
Exactly. That's what be going on with Aiden. That he try to hold and praise up so high. This be having you look like a fool. Trying to destroy the character in folk.
Oh, how much of this is an act, and then how much of it is?
75% is that.
Got you.
So I made a post yesterday about slapping women. Now you got people really think I abuse women. I've never hit a woman a day in my life.
Yeah.
Right.
Except in the 8th grade.
Right.
You make people think I abuse my wife. Man, I don't hit my woman. Yeah. I don't cuss at my wife.
Right.
But people think that I'm a disrespectful guy. But man, I'm one of the most gentleman-like guys you'll meet in person. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
See, you don't put it. See, Charleston got us all fooled, y'all. See, this done turned out to be one of the most driven and inspiring interviews. We ain't even got to talk no shit.
It's just a good interview though. I said that a couple times.
We in here talking, laughing. You got crying. You inspired.
Well, homie, I didn't want my black people, homie, because most people think Denzel Washington is Denzel Washington when they see him in person, and he's he's not.
You're not.
And I'm nothing what I am online.
Right.
It's a camera on, so I'm performing for the camera. Once the camera get on, you ain't getting Charleston.
Got you.
You gotta draw Charleston out like this.
Right.
Through questions.
Yeah.
Make me go, that's when you hear me say, I'm thinking.
You really thinking.
I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking.
You and Soulja Boy, first of all, how did y'all even interact and end up in the same spot?
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I done went to Miami cheating on my wife. I done met this new little broad at the strip club. Done promised that I'm gonna buy her some titties. And then took her to Miami. So I done took her to Miami not knowing it's Rolling Loud weekend. I'm new to this. I don't know nothing about Rolling Loud. I'm thinking it's a weed. I'm thinking it's a weed convention. So I'm literally trying to get tickets to the Rolling Loud, thinking it's about weed.
Right.
So we go to a shoe store on Ocean Drive the next day. And Soulja Boy and them pulled up in a Sprinter van. Visually, I can't see it's Soulja Boy. I just see a bunch of getting out this Sprinter van, and every time they get out the car, them reaching down, tying their shoes, looking up.
Right.
So I'm with the little broad in the corner smoking a blunt.
Right.
She said, "Oh, that look like Soulja Boy." I said, "Man, that said he gonna do something to me when he see me.
Cause you had said some shit about
I said something about him when he said everybody he get into it with ends up come up dead just right after Dolph had got killed.
Right.
So I called myself saying something to him in a Say Cheese TV interview, and he took it personal. So he threatened to do something to me. So when I see him, I don't know he really made the threats, but I know he said something.
Right.
So he walk up to me with probably 10 more other in trail behind him. He get close.
That boy had that mace caught.
I reach in my pocket, pull the mace out, cause I pack mace.
Right.
No.
How you get maced in Miami?
That boy had that big
I check
caught.
it in on the plane.
Oh, okay.
So I check it in on the plane. So he walk up to me and then say, I want to talk. You ain't talking, walking up to me. Is what I'm thinking. If you want to talk, you would have said that back there. And then walking behind you don't want to talk. Nigga, I'm gonna talk to you and one of them go hit me.
All right.
So I mace him, come back, mace the crowd, and get back and mace him. And boy, that turned in circles. Boy, that mace had it activated.
Turn his circles out there.
But what if he just wanted to talk, Charleston?
That's what made me feel bad afterward, because I think he just wanted to talk.
Nah, that makes sense. So well,
That would make me feel
gotta
bad
give people
afterwards.
A little fun. So we
The
get on
damage
the
was
freeway
done.
right now, and what we do, you know, when you just be riding around and shit like that, we just be talking,
Yeah.
freestyling in your whip and all that. So I'm gonna put on a beat. I don't think we ever heard Charleston White rap.
I'm too intelligent to rap.
No.
We gonna put
I
up,
can't make them words rhyme for nothing.
Now, who's your favorite rapper?
Tupac.
God, oh yeah, cause I heard you quote a lot of Pac stuff.
Yeah, I'm the brain he sparked, homie.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
so-
that's what he said.
I was in the boys' home when Pac died.
Oh wow, yeah, tell me this. Story.
So Pac death affected me spiritually, but his lyrics changed the soul of me, mind, will, emotions. Up until Tupac, I've never heard a rapper make any reference to God. So when he dropped the song Lord Knows, I smoked a blunt to take the pain out, and if it wasn't high, I'd probably try to blow my brain. So that gave me a direction toward a higher power outside of what mama and them talking. So man, just the Me Against the World album shed so many tears.
That's
so
one of the best.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? That's your favorite Pac album? Me
Yes,
Against the
sir.
World?
Me Against the World.
There it is. All right. Well, we gonna try to go ahead and get the spirit of Pac up in here.
Come on with it.
Boy driving slow as hell in that Cybertruck.
Oh.
Yeah.
We ride
Come on
freeway
with
freestyle. We gonna go in, Charleston White.
And Nick
Nick Cannon drive like a grandma, dog.
I go first. Yo, we pull up on the 10, getting it in, West Side riding. Charleston White, ain't nobody behind us, cause we slide, dipping, equipping. We ain't doing nothing West Side, set tripping.
Yeah.
It's for the community, for them kids, and we gon' get out here, cause ain't no more doing biz, we getting it in. Doing it right, surviving, thriving. You know, Charleston, we just big driving.
Charleston White in his bitch tonight, and he ride with Nick in a tight ass whip, and talking shit in California. Nigga smell like a rotten ass onion. He thought I couldn't rap in the trap. Nigga, I'm going back tonight.
Hey, Charleston flowing though.
Anywhere.
He ride like an old nigga, but it's cool though.
Rolling, nigga. I'm going
He
to
embraced
vote
it.
for Donald Trump.
Already back. Hold on, fuck all that. Hold on. Why Charleston snapping? Sure that bad, dog. Why Charleston snapping though?
Doing it right, surviving, thriving. You know, Charleston, we just big driving.
Charleston White in his bitch tonight, and he ride with Nick in a tight ass whip, and talking shit in California. Nigga smell like a rotten onion. He thought I couldn't rap in the trap. Nigga, I'm going back tonight. Somewhere. Anywhere. Keep rolling. And polling, nigga. I'm going to vote for Donald Trump.
Oh.
Ballot in the bump. Yeah. Nigga, it's so hard to rap.
You lost me at the end, though.
Yeah.
The freeway freestyle.
I had to dumb my mind down to do that.
Nah, he did that, though.
your rapper nigga don't think about it. He just say some shit. That's why he be lying on the teacher, talking about the teacher told him ain't now teacher told no nigga he wasn't gonna be shit. That was a nigga grandmama, ain't it?
Nigga asked you to read out loud.
That's it. That's all that was. Yeah, she
That
said
all that was.
And you thought she was putting
Pop
you down.
Corey got your ass. She trying to blame the teacher.
Great episode of
Oh,
Big
man.
Drive. My man
My
Charleston,
nigga,
my
man.
man.
Yeah,
King.
love black man.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Black love is black power.
Now that was a ride, real, raw, and unfiltered. Charleston White is one of the voices you might not always agree with, but you can't ignore. Because
100%, man. It was a good interview right here. Nick, boy, you did your thing, boy. You was able to bring out the older Charleston that we first originally was watching in the first place. You heard me? Yeah, he was over here telling stories like he normally always usually do, but this was a more positive light of Charleston. I ain't hear him diss too much babies this time. You feel me? The character almost slipped out a couple times, but he was able to hold him back. He held him back, man. I ain't gonna lie, you got a pretty good, respectable interview out of Charleston White, gang, which is surprising to me, man. You know, Charleston don't be giving too much about nobody. Said this is dope, LOL. And the animation was crazy, boy. They had the lazy eye Charleston. They had him getting poked in the eye, but that graphic to an extent too. But very creative, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Nick Cannon, boy, you bet your dollar on this one, gang. Would definitely recommend. I gotta make sure I tag you in this one, cause we ain't even get a warning or nothing. Yeah, shout out Nick Cannon. Shout out Charleston White for giving us a different light, showing us you are still able to channel, you heard me, a regular person to give us a decent interview, gang. It was entertaining, storytelling, whatever. I ain't even care about the lies too much, cause you want over whooping. You was kind of like breaking it down. You explain how the therapy helped you open up and like that. He said, that's big, Nick. He don't play with them people. He got more money than him. Nah, fat, boy. Nick Cannon got more money than some white people, boy. Nick, up.
behind the controversy, behind the headlines, there's a man who's lived it, learned from it, and dedicated his life to sparking change.